Here, as you can tell, that's a really fired up and energetic locker room. Just a hard-fought game. A lot of back and forth. Explosive plays by us, explosive plays by them. We had some errors on special teams that certainly hurt us. But one thing that didn't hurt was our effort. We always played hard. We played with resiliency and made some really key plays when it mattered. We were aggressive on fourth downs, which helped us. And we got some key stops when we had to as well. He's a really good player. Again, he was our quarterback back at Oregon back in the day. So it's a lot of good stuff, but I'll open up the questions.
Mario, the offense, obviously, you get into kind of a shootout kind of game, and they didn't really let up. Just, what was working for them so well, and how did they stick with things when they're in a game like that?
Well, we can get some plays, but what's starting to come around is our running game. That's probably the biggest difference. And I think credit to Coach Merritt. He felt that AJ had a great week of practice and was going to provide a great changeup, and he really did. Those couple of first down runs he had were key, and then David got going. He just about carried everybody in the end. So Mark had a good day. Had the fumble, and we'd love to have that back. They got 2 quick scores and in no time to make it a tie game. But we feel very confident that if it does come down to that we can respond well. We don't want to get there. We don't. But again, we responded like we had to and found a way to get there.
And speaking of Mark, I don't think I saw him much of it all for most of the second half. Did he get banged up?
No, he's good at 13 carries, 73 yards, had a couple catches. He's a great player for us, and all those guys got to play. Those guys are good players. And the offensive line getting Jalen Rivers back was awesome, but having Markel also play a bunch was awesome. There's a really high-level, dependable, tough offensive lineman that we can count on to win games in case of a pinch or just as part of the rotation. So all in all, was I think we rushed for, what did we rush for? 40 for 219. So certainly a lot of progress in the right direction, and we look forward to improving upon that and other things as well.
Mario, on that last drive when Ward hit the fumble recovery for a touchdown, they're waiting for the review, just what's going on there? It seems like third game in a row where the late call, and then just the team being able to stick with it after.
Yeah, close comments, what we raised for, what it is. And it's our first time, something to do as well. And a couple other things that with that. So, but that's part of the game, man. We just got to plan, especially the team like that can shoot out with you. Got really good and a really good quarterback. You just have to keep playing, and your mentality has to be want-to-know mindset, regardless of the result of the previous.
Ward had the 22-yard gain on third down. He's made several big plays like that this year. But what is it about him that allows him to do that in those types of situations?
Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, we got a little quick sponsor. Sorry about that. Here we go.
His his awareness of his understanding of football IQ, his understanding of coverages. There's certain rushes that come with certain games that are going to provide space. And I think he understands how to set up that space even more by looking off a defender and creating more room. And he could run. He's a guy he's been clocked at some high miles per hour hops, so real good high-speed running. So a lot of confidence in him running or throwing the football.
How about Sam Brown's performance? He made a couple explosive plays for you guys.
He did. Awesome to watch him have that type of a performance. When you're a receiver, everybody wants the ball, right? And I think Coach Dawson hit it right on the head. It's like it doesn't matter who gets the ball. It matters if we win. And sometimes the ball is going to come your way in this offense, and sometimes it won't. You better block your butt off. And if you can't do that, then you can't play in this offense. And what you've seen throughout the year, it's been someone else's day, on each particular game. So Restrepo always has a day. So he's kind of like the X factor in that thing. But so that's what it is. Sam's been working hard. We joined us so late in the process. Man, he's really coming on. Looking forward to some more big plays out of him.
Popo getting the fumble recovery touchdown in the first half. He's a guy that you guys talk about a lot, but for him to have a moment like that, especially with how that could have changed things in the game.
No doubt. Popo, just a grinder, hard worker. He's a 245-pound guy, so when he hits it, you feel it. And he's been playing excellent football for us. You see him more in the rotation now. You see Kiko, Wes, and him there. Jalen Alderman also played a bunch of snaps also. You're seeing guys getting more and more reps. Chase Smith getting some more reps. So sky's the limit for Popo. I'm really happy to see him go because he's got great energy. Like, the guys love him. He's a great leader. And to see him play better and better is really, it's awesome.
You mentioned big plays, also big plays for both teams. That was an issue against Cal. It's going to crop it against that. They had 7 or 8 played at 20 or more yards. Is that like eye discipline? Like, what do you see on those big plays?
Well, I think part of it are coverage beaters. I mean, they do a great job dissecting the coverage. I do think Coach Baum, again, is one of the best play callers in all of football. And they wired us on a couple plays. I mean, they just flat out did. And then some of them missed tackles. You know, the missed tackles, the lunging, leaving your feet, not coming to balance. That's the stuff that we got to get cleaned up and get better at. People are going to make plays. We're allowing a few too many, but it's not a matter of like we're not working at it. We're working extremely hard at it. The coaches are busting their butts. The players are busting their butts. We got to come together and work together and do a better job. You know, not point fingers and improve that. And you know what? Got a lot of key stops as well. You know, got the ball back and then the offense turned it right back. So, you know, and then we allowed the punt, the fake punt, which we knew. I mean, we were, you know, anyways. But they got it, credit to them. So, press on.
The kickoff return, I assume that the goal is to kick it through the end zone and it just didn't happen? Or
Well, you want to, but that's, you cover every kick. You know, you cover every kick. What are the 4s and the 3s? You don't call them, you know, coming outside in 1 through 5. One guy went down to the ground and knocked off the other guy and just opened a massive hole, and both safeties couldn't get over there in time to squeeze that ball out. Just absolutely horrible job covering that kick. And the other one, there was another one that wasn't very good either. So we've been giving a lot of guys opportunities on that, and they better earn that crap, because if you get playing time at the University of Miami, it's a tremendous privilege. So that's going to be a rough meeting, and it needs to be a rough meeting because our expectations were not met in that department.
I want to piggyback off of your previous comment. When true freshmen were able to get a lot of play time today, especially Patterson, can you talk about just the performance of this freshman class?
Yeah, we knew them coming in that they were just a really high level class. They were high caliber athletes, really good mentality. They were going to get reps because we were layered in a way where we had depth and we had some older guys at a lot of positions, but there were some that needed an injection of youth and playmaking capabilities, and we've done that. Not to the extent we want to at some positions, but we're getting more and more guys on the field, and more guys are going to have to play. You know, as the season goes on, you're seeing guys go down left and right, and you know, it's there's no longer a wing game, right? In college football, you got to be ready to play when you get there. And long ass answer to your short question, man, but hopefully it makes some kind of sense.
you went for it a couple times, 4th and 1, deep in your own area. Did you come into the game thinking you might have to do that with a shootout type of game flow, maybe?
I mean, you couldn't. You were going to gain a possession one way or the other, and so were they. They gained it in the form of a fake punt. We were going to gain it back in the form of, I think we're at our 28, 29, something like that. I'm sure you guys will love writing about me on that one, but I thought it was the right thing. Trust the big guys up front, and I like the size of our back. So we like what we saw. You know, we're just going to run our head into the wall and hope that it works out. We like what we saw. We like what we saw in the form of those 2 particular plays, which I won't get into detail about the scheme, but it worked out for us well. It was a big factor in the game.
Well, post game, good afternoon, everybody. Mario Cristobal following the 52-45 win over Louisville today, up in Louisville. I'm coming to you from Louisville this afternoon. This is Miami Hurricanes Talk with Danny, presented by Lorraine Sports. Canes Connection. I was wearing this proudly at the game today. Please go to canesconnection.com today and become a member. And if you want to order this shirt, We Bring the Smoke by Lorraine Sports, go to her website. I'll put all that in the description if you watch this on YouTube. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the win today. I did not like the way the defense played at all today. 448 yards total offense, 342 in the air allowed. I mean, we did a good job for the most part on third downs, but on 4th down they were 3 for 3, and the fake punt really hurt us there. But listen, Cam Ward found a way to get it done. Turnovers were a wash. I mean, we held the ball a little longer. 34-33 to 25-27. But man, the fumble we recovered in deep in Louisville's zone got for the TD there. That was big. That was a big play in the game as well. But yeah, I'm not liking the defense. I'm not liking the angles they're taking on the backs on the outside. That's got to be cleaned up. When I watch them there, I mean, we forced a 3-and-out in the first series. We get the field goal there to start. We get the field goal, then the TD. The thing I didn't like on the TD there, gets 8 on that first, and then the 2nd and 2 there. Brown goes 43 to the house. I mean, again, we did not pick up an angle there. We got to do a better job on that. We go to 10. First quarter, then at halftime, 24-17 and a half. I know we could have gone a big way, but right out of the gate in the third quarter, we went a nice 6-minute drive, 14-play drive, get the TD right there, go up 2 scores at that point. To be honest, you know, like Cristobal said, the fumble we could have had back. I mean, he wanted that back. Ball security was an issue there. I mean, Fletch has to hold on to that. I mean, he knows that. Then the TD, and then then we get a TD there. Then we exchange touchdowns to tie the game, but then then we went up for good on a good solid drive, 205 drive. AJ gets the final 2, but then the big play, Cam to Sam for 59 yards there. That's a big play on the 2nd and 10. And then the key plays we had the 3-and-out. The 3-and-out right there. That was the 3. They got the first, but then we stop them on 3rd, and then we get the big sack, the intentional grounding. And then the one the drive that really put that game away was that 11-play, 80-yard drive we took 6-11 off the clock. Running game stepped up today when it had to. But what I didn't like the defense. Has to get better. We got to shore a lot of things up there. So now let me get to the report card. Offense, I'm going to give an A. No plus again because of penalty. Got a couple of penalties there. Defense, I'm going to give a C minus. Too many bad angles. Too many yards allowed. Too many big plays allowed today. I could easily give a D to the defense, but C minus would be appropriate here. Special teams, I'm actually going to give a B. I mean, we didn't kick it off deep like we normally do. We allowed the big touchdown there, and I could easily give a B minus or to a C on that. But all in all, I felt we did a good job. We did okay, but we got to. But the 2 big returns, as Coach said, we got to clean that up. Got to clean up. We got a lot of things to clean up defensively and on special teams. Now I'm going to give out my game balls. Game ball. My first game ball is going to go to Cam Ward. 21 of 32, 319 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. My second game ball is going to go to Damian Martinez. 12 carries, 89 yards. And that touchdown to seal the victory late in the 4th. He was not going to be denied on that. My third game ball, I'm going to give it to Sam Brown. 3 receptions, 125 yards in the TD. My 4th and final game ball is going to go to X. 7 receptions, 101 yards in the TD. So those are my game balls. Overall, we got a lot. We got to clean up defensively. We got to clean up some things. We have a championship caliber offense, but we have to clean up the defensive end, and we've got to clean up the special teams. We got FSU next, and I will see you next probably Tuesday or Wednesday this week. And take care. Have a great rest of your night, and go Canes.